Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I see a few people here already. It's awesome. We're going to finish this bag up today. I hope you guys are doing great. And I'm starting to get super excited about this duffel because I put one side on. I'm going to do the other side right now for you and zipped it up. It's huge and it's so cute. So we'll just wait for a second for it to catch up. I'll show you everything we did yesterday. We're making the Taylor Convertible Duffle. So it folds out into a garment bag, and it's by Sophisticated Craft. How are you guys doing? Look, do you like my scissor? I have one scissor, one sewing machine. Bam. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Are you guys excited for this? I'm excited to see how it ends up. Nothing like making something first time on a live. That's what I always say. If you're here yesterday, choices were made and mistakes were fixed, and that's okay. I find that the first one says kind of a learning curve, and then the second one, and then by the third one, I'm like, okay, now I get it. And I could have made two before I did a live, but who has time for that? So we're just gonna learn together. We almost finished the exterior yesterday, but we're gonna do one more step. Just wait for everyone to get on. Billy, Linda, another Linda, Amber, Jane, and Natalie, and Cynthia, and Rip and Sew It On, and Karen, and Ellie. This is my shirt from Jolie Lee Creations. She sent it to me, and I think it's, even though today's music day for me, today's the day I teach my music lessons, but I thought I could wear this for the morning. It'll be my sewing shirt for the morning. Maybe it'll be my sewing shirt for lessons. All right. I think we're gonna get to it. Super excited. Use less interesting fabric for my first two tries. That is really smart. I usually don't do more than one of things, so it is what it is. But you know what? Why not try it together? So before we start our interior, we're gonna finish our exterior. We made yesterday these side pocket gussets, is what they're called, side gussets. And if you'll watch, I had a hard time catching the seam because I trimmed it and I shouldn't have. So I just did a few stitches down here. Um, you know me, I love a little double, triple stitch. Why the heck not? So what we're gonna do now is something that's crazy. And in the pattern, she says, trust the process, which I have to keep reminding myself because I keep wanting to second guess. So I went back and looked at her video again, and if you saw yesterday, there was a part in the pocket that I was like, why are we not top stitching this? I was supposed to top stitch it, but I just guess I missed it in the instructions. Okay, I'm gonna pull the camera in and show you what we're doing because this part feels crazy, but it is oh so right. So let me see if I can get this in a position that's good for y'all. Get that out of the way. Get that. Whoa, you don't want to see the floor. How embarrassing. Sorry about that. How's that? You can see all my mess. You can see everything. That's exciting. All right, so what you're gonna do on this one right here, I love how you do your quilting on bags. Oh, thank you. I usually don't have this plan. I just start doing lines and then I just can't stop and I do more lines. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unzip this. We've got this all sewn together. We're ready to attach this to the main body, but because of the way this bag is constructed and it's eventually gonna be opened, we have to cut the zipper in half. She said, don't think about it, just do it. So I have a mark on it. Don't think about it. Ah! Okay, we're gonna burn it. We're gonna do some 90-degree turns on it. And then we are going to attach it to the main panel. Didn't that feel crazy? We're starting off our Tuesday with a little crazy. All right, if you're just getting here, this is part 2 of my takeover for the month. I am Susan, the sister, and Getting ready to head actually to Kasaya's house for our first ever swag dash. So Gabriella and I are heading out tomorrow for that. It's gonna be so fun. Just some day classes that she's teaching, but with extras because we like to be extra. I'm attempting this without burning it. We'll see how I go. Okay, 90-degree turns, and she said don't do too much excess because you want the length, as much of the length in the zipper that you can keep. I'm gonna trim that and burn the heck out of it. All right, one more 90-degree turn on this side. Hi, Sue. Sabine, I am doing the birth version. A swag dash daydreamer is a new event that we're trying out. When we travel the country to do our sew in the States, which we're still doing, by the way, we've got 5 or 6 more this year, which is going to bring us up to hopefully 25 total states. When we go around the country, we have so many people asking if we're giving a class while we're in their state. And so we thought, you know what, we should, but we didn't want to just do it on domestic machines because Kasaya really prefers the industrial. And so we've teamed up with a company who bought 10 industrial machines and a cylinder arm and a trailer. And they will meet us at our various events. And it's they're going to be classes of 10 students, 8-hour classes, 10 students apiece. We have lunch, we have shirts, we have tumblers, we have bags, we have the kits, everything's included. And we're going to go to various areas. So our first one's going to be in Colorado on her home turf, just to give it a try. And then we're going to do one in Ohio in September. And that registration opens on July 1st. So anyways, that's just something we're just trying to respond to the requests that we've had to give classes around the country. And we both actually really enjoy the peopling part of this business. And so we just thought we would go do more peopling, basically. Just a minute, I'm drowning in thread over here. Okay, here we go. So now I've got this clipped in the middle. And I've got my corner turn. Thanks, Leslie. It's Leslie's shirt, Jolie Lee, my sewing shirt. All right, my friends. Now what we have to do is we have to attach, and I've already done one side, just to save time. We are attaching this pocket to the lining. So we're going right side to right side, and we're gonna match up our center first, and then we're taking this zipper that we just separated, and we're just gonna go all the way down the side for it. Okay. I did put tape on this yesterday. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea. So I'll probably tape it and then put a couple clips. Tape. Huh. Yeah, that's actually really nice. That's a great idea. Okay, and I know it's big, so hopefully you guys can see it. I'm so excited for that and would love to attend. Yeah, Susan, I think the Swag Dash is going to be a super fun event. We're excited because afterwards we're just going to hang out, go to dinner, call dinner in, whatever, and get to know people. Sewing's great, but peopling's even better, I think. Okay, so you're just attaching this all the way along the edge like this. Oh, it goes black, Tammy? Shoot, is that on my end? I'm using StreamYard because we tend to have less problems with StreamYard. So if it's on my end, I'm so sorry. Hi from the UK. Hi, Karen. Oops. Okay. I accidentally clicked out of the studio here. Okay. So if you're just joining, it's the Taylor Convertible Tote. And this isn't Saya, it's Susan. Hi. I would like to say that I practiced this and I'm going to professionally show you how to do it, but this is my first time making it. So we're gonna take the good, you take the bad. You take them both and there you have a Susan takeover. A Susan takeover. Okay, so this one, we have to attach it different, and I'm gonna check something really quick. Do 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 do. 19 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a bigger ruler real quick. When I attached my other side, I just basted the whole thing all the way across at one same seam allowance. But for this one, we're actually going to do two different seam allowances because we're leaving a hole. Not from the, we have to just sew it at a bigger seam allowance in the middle. And when we do the lining, we're leaving a hole in the lining. Now, why am I doing this? I don't know. The pattern says. So I am marking evenly on both sides right now, so I know where to go at a larger seam allowance. It's one of those things, all will be made clear later, I'm sure. Okay, so these markings that I just made from here to here, I'm going to be at a bigger seam allowance than on the outside. But I am going to sew all the way across. Oh, Tammy, I'm so sorry to hear that. That would be really annoying. Oh, you know what? I have white thread in because I was going to do something. But this won't matter. It won't show. I have white thread in for something else that needs to be done. All right, so here we go. We're gonna base this on. And it's a big mama. So you have to kind of make sure there's space. When I get into my marking, I'm going to go to a bigger seam allowance right here. My zipper's in the way. Okay. Keeping at the bigger seam allowance until I get to my next marking. All right. Hi, Evelyn. Tammy, I hope yours isn't as annoying today. I hope your screen doesn't keep going black. And if it's on my end, tell me. Okay, I'm almost to my next marking. And I'm going to go back out to the smaller seam allowance. Okay. Now you guys, this is the coolest thing. Are you ready for this? I'm just going to make sure everything is good. Oop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My zipper just came off of this part. All right. Well, looks like my 90-degree turn was not secured down and my zipper came off. All right, I'll think about that one really quick. Take the low from there. I'll show you this side. And then I'll show you what happened because this is real life. So you go up like this. You zip it up like this. Isn't that awesome, you guys? Look at that. So on this side, it looks like I didn't catch the corner of my 90-degree zipper when I sewed it. And so right now, when I went to zip it up, it totally came off of the track here. So I think, let me think about this real quick. I have to somehow get it back in here. All right, instead of taking the whole thing apart, here's my thoughts, and you can tell me to do it or not. I could take the whole thing, I could take this out right here because I need to get this zipper back in and fix my 90-degree. There are some neat duffels coming out, Katie. I love them. So my thought is, what if I cut into the zipper right here, reattach the zipper, and then secure it back. And so then my zipper won't be able to come past, you know, where I patch it. So it won't be perfectly open, but it would be really close. What do you guys think? Thoughts? Yeah, another fun day, Kathy. I do love the way this duffel comes together. But yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts on that. What do you guys think? So since the zipper came off of that side, would you cut it right here? Get it back in, and then sew some kind of a patch, right? You wouldn't do that? What would you do, Karen? Tell me. Well, I don't think I can get it back in this way though, can I? See, I don't think I can get it in that way. I think I have to push it in this way. Take the bottom apart, attach, and pull the zipper bottom shut. So undo just right here, and put it back in. Is that what you're saying? Should I just like unstitch like here and here? Yeah? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Well, it's an exciting start to the video, but that's okay, because these things happen. I see people who are so devastated. Oh, how do you take a few teeth out? I don't know how to do that. Okay, so I think what I'm doing is I am unstitching just this, a few little bit here. See if I can get to just the end of it, right? I see people who post these beautiful bags they make, and then there's like a zipper mistake or something, and they're like, well, I ruined that whole project and I'm throwing it in the trash. And I just think, no, don't do that. Get creative and do a different patch, right? Do a different fix. So we're just going to unstitch a little bit, stick this zipper back in, and then we'll be on to the interior. And the mistake is that the very end of my 90-degree turn wasn't caught just now. And because I was so excited and I'm looking up at comments and not down at the bag, I pulled the zipper while I was looking up rather than looking down. Well, that's okay. Right. I have to find all my little stitches. I feel like half of bag making is problem solving, right? Especially, my friends, when you make something for the first time. Now, if I wasn't doing a video, I probably would have caught that because I wouldn't have been looking up at the comments. But that's okay. I actually don't mind. Okay, I have to kind of get in here a little bit more so I can get the end of the zipper pulled out. All right. See if we've just got enough to reach in there. So I only need half of the zipper out, right? This bag is going to be a designer original. I've never had that happen with a 90-degree zipper before. Have you guys had that happen before? I've never. But next time I do it, I'll make sure. Okay. Are we almost there? I'm trying not to pick more than I need to. Oh, I almost have it. A little bit more. I just have to get into this edge. Can you guys see okay? Let's see. It is Smoothie Smooth on this stuff, and the colorful stuff is Smoothie Smooth. The only part that's vinyl is this base. Everything else is either bonded poly or I have a little bit of water resistant canvas that I'm about to put in for some of the lining. Because you want it to be sturdy, but not like super thick. Okay. All right. I've got my zipper end exposed. I'm just going to get rid of all this other threads. We're going to stick this zipper back on. Imperfect perfectionist. Yes, that's me. I do like it to be perfect. And once again, when I'm not doing a video, I go a lot slower. But I still make mistakes. All right, I'm just trying to get all the little threads out of here so I don't get caught in the zipper. Okay, so I've got my end of my zipper here. Let's see if I can get this baby together. Might have to unstitch just a little bit more to get to it. We'll see. Oh, I had it and I slipped. Let's try again. I'm just going to unstitch a little bit more so I can pull it around. Tula is amazing. Agreed. I'm not just saying that because I know her. I actually prefer her stuff. Oh, Teddy's protecting me from something up there. What is it, Teddy? All right.
I got it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, people.
People of the internet.
What is it, Teddy? What is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Rate the fit.
What's that?
So rate the fit.
Rate the fit? Oh, that's a 10 out of 10, baby.
Oh, yeah.
10 out of 10. Now the trick is, am I putting it on the right way, right? Am I twisting it correctly? Hi, Mimsy. Hi, Jean. You caught me live. You caught me fixing a zipper problem. My zipper took a trip right off an end of a 90-degree turn. And so I've unstitched it a little bit. We're going to reattach it. I'm going to hold my tongue just right like Michael Jordan. And it's going to go right back on. I can feel it.
He was saving us from the neighbor checking the mail.
Oh, good. That was dangerous. Thank you, Teddy. Someone was, yes, I got it on. Oh my gosh. And it's perfect. Yes, you guys. Oh, yes. Thank you for whoever suggested that fix. Cool. Okay. Let me just restitch a few things here.
Yeah.
Totally got it on.
Yeah.
Woohoo! And then I'll go fix that 90-degree turn. That was awesome. Now, how do I get to this? That's the question, right? I might kind of just go like this. Is it correct? We're about to find out, Cindy, aren't we? I mean, it looks correct, but many things look correct to me that are not. Looks great. All right, here we go. You find where I need to come in. I'll come in right here. Now I have that song in my head. Is it perfect? No. But it sure is close. Just have some random threads that decided to stick around. Get those out, burn them, make sure everyone's secure. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna secure this 90-degree turn real quick. Yay! I didn't know it could pull off. Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just the tooth at the very end. It must have scooted slightly because I'm only doing an 1/8 inch seam allowance. And so the tooth must have just slipped under my foot. Okay, well, let's try it again. Zippity doodah. Zippity a. Yeah. Look, you guys. It's the exterior. What do you think? I know it's huge. That's so cool. Okay, great. Well, we started with a fix, and there's nothing wrong with that. We are going to move on to the interior. Did Gabriella get enough poster board? Yes, we went to Michael's yesterday and we got
Poster board.
cardstock. And while I was there, I picked up Velcro since I needed Velcro. It was cardstock, but I told him I was going to get you more paper for your dragons.
Oh yeah, I got thick cardstock and I'm happy about that.
Is it good stuff?
Yeah.
Are you going to make more dragons today? You going to do your laundry first?
Save my motivation.
Oh, she's saving her motivation, you guys.
Because I have to teach someone how to make a dragon. And I'm going to make one.
She's heading to Colorado with me. She's going to be with her cousins, Charlotte and Marcus, and they're going to make dragons.
Well, I at least have. If I want to.
Yeah.
I could tell you teach.
So she has to save her inspiration and her motivation. All right. So this piece right here is going to receive a little bit of Velcro. And this piece is called something flap. Let me turn to the right page so I can see what it's called. Oh, flap cover piece. All right. So there's 2 of them. On this one, you make some markings and you sew the scratchy part of your Velcro on where the markings are. So that's why I switched to white thread, because I didn't want it, not that it matters, but it matters. So you're just going to sew this on to the right side of your fabric. And I'm using some Luxe from Wonderground for this part. It's the same thing I used for the side pockets on the side gusset on the exterior. It's thicker than Smoothie Smooth, but not as thick as vinyl. So it's a nice in-between, and I actually really like it. I have it in a few different colors. I didn't have enough to do the full bag out of it, so I thought I would just use it for parts. So I'm just sewing this Velcro on real quick. Yeah, you can ask me a question.
Where's the camera?
Here, we can turn it to you.
No, I just want to show them this.
Okay, the camera's right here.
Well, I'm trying to put these on dragons. What color would look good for the dragon? These are like teal.
Teal. What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll see what they say.
Because I made a teal dragon with purple flowers before.
So you can make a purple dragon with teal flowers.
Oh.
Would she attempt to design a dragon bag? They want to know.
I don't know.
She said she doesn't know. Navy. Ooh. Navy would look really cool.
Yeah, that would look
That's
good.
a really good idea. Blues. Yeah. Blues would look amazing. True story. What color is the dragon? Well, she hasn't made the dragon yet. She wants to know what color dragon she should make to go. Ooh, red. Red would look cool too. Reds,
Yeah.
blues. Mm-hmm.
Good answer, everyone. Good answer.
Good answer. We saw those flowers and she needed some flowers to decorate her dragons. Okay, now you've got the Velcro sewn onto the flap. We're going to put that aside for just a second. We're going to come back to that piece. And now we're at the garment bag exterior, because the inside of this is going to be a garment bag, okay? Christine, you want to see the dragon? Okay, I'll make sure you guys see it when she's done. I think this is one she's doing in Colorado. Someone requested a dragon in Colorado, so she's got the pieces ready, but she won't construct it till we get there because it's hard to fly with it, because you don't want to smash it. Although she has been known to carry them on the plane. Now I'm putting the soft part of the Velcro on the outside of the garment bag, and tells you once again where the I already did the markings and put it on there just to save a little time. Thank goodness I saved time because I didn't know we were going to do a zipper repair right at the beginning. So it all comes out in the wash, as they say. So the soft part of the Velcro is going to go, or what I was going to do yesterday when I didn't have Velcro, I was going to use a magnetic snap. I don't see why that wouldn't work if you don't have Velcro, but you have a magnetic snap. Just put them in the same position so they'll line up. So there's one piece. It's hard to see. It's all creams. And then, yeah, purple, reds, blues. Those would look really good with that, with those flowers. She did an art competition towards the end of the school year. They had 10 kids from each school in the city go, and they were in a gym for like 4 hours. They could bring their supplies with them, and there were 3 categories, and they had to create a piece of art using no source, anything. They just had to come up with a creative piece of art within a certain category. And since dragons are her specialty, she did that, but she did the solar system. I can't remember what her category was, but she drew the solar system in dragons. And there's no way the judges knew what they were looking at. It's the most clever thing I've ever seen. They just probably thought it was a bunch of dragons, but it was the solar system. Kind of cool. Okay, so now we have our 2 garment bag outer pieces. Okay, so we're going to put that aside for a minute. And now we're going to come back to this piece here. This is going to be a flap cover, but it's also got a little pocket. And so the side with the Velcro you put aside for just a minute. And then there's another piece that when you cut it, it's actually the same. It's the same as this one, but you take 2 inches off of it. Okay, slice 2 inches off of it. And you get your zipper and you put tabs on the end. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the zipper right side down with the zipper to the left on this piece here, the bigger of the 2 pieces. Okay, so let's see how we did lengthwise. We're right there. Make sure your zipper pulls on it before you do your tabs. Been there, done that. Everyday crossbody companion. I haven't made that one. Is it a lot? You need a nap? That bag is so much that you need a nap? Do it, Jean. Take a nap. You deserve it. I wish you could all meet Jean. She's incredible. I'm going to switch back to my pink thread. I only had the white in for those Velcro tabs. So let me switch real quick. Don't sew the zipper gets caught. Oh, yeah, because it's dangly. Thank you. If you have a dangle zipper, make sure it doesn't get caught. Learned that yesterday. See, we're learning all sorts of things. We learned that zippers come off of 90-degree turns. We learned that when you twist your handle, when you sew it on, that you have to figure it out and put an accent piece. We learned that if your zipper is a dangly one and it gets caught down in the seam allowance, then it will no longer be functioning. It's very educational. Education hour. All right, there's going to be top stitching involved, so I wanted to make sure I have the pink. Not that you have to have matching thread, but that's what I've been using for the bag. Okay, So we're gonna sew this baby on. Let me just check my seam allowance real quick. Okay, got it. The seam allowance does change a few times in this, and so I always like to check to see where I'm at. And the designer does have a video out. The camera angle is great, and you can really see what she's doing. Okay, so we're going to turn this and turn the zipper up, and we're going to top stitch along the bottom part. The bag scares you, Janice. Don't be scared. We're just doing it. Look at me. And I'm even like making mistakes, and it's okay. I don't feel like any of the steps are crazy, but it seems like a lot. I was very intimidated when I cut it out. I was regretting my life choices. But now I am not. All right. We're going to put a little tape down, and we're going to do the top part next. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I certainly don't want to make a fool out of Saya's channel, like making mistakes, but I guess I just don't mind them. I think most people don't mind it. Because does anyone really sit down and make a perfect bag from front to end every single time? I don't think so. That's like saying a musician never makes mistakes. Please. All right. Now we're going to put this. I have a really hard time knowing what is.
3 sections done.
3 sections done? Was one of them math?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're amazing. I'll check it after, okay? Unless you want me to check it right now.
Sure.
You guys, I'm so mean. I make her do schoolwork in the summer. Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes worth. That's it. She'll live, I'm sure. All right, same thing. We're going to sew this right sides down on top of the zipper. We're going to sew it and then flip it up and top stitch.
Just on the next page.
Okay.
You don't have to show it on
I
camera.
won't show on camera.
Please.
Sorry, just give me a minute. We're checking homework.
She makes me do homework.
I do. I'm the worst. Good. You only made one mistake.
Oh man.
The shipping cost $11.10. So instead of
Is it for
subtracting,
each one?
no, but you subtracted $11.10. It's plus $11.10 because it costs this per battery, and then she had to pay an extra cost to have it shipped.
Oh.
So it's this number plus shipping.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. You could check it later.
Yeah, I'll check that one later. I'm not sure what. Okay.
I did good on the other one.
Did you? Okay. Well, I'll check the math again later. Okay. But just fix that number. Add shipping instead of taking it away. After all, look at the organizer bag that, yeah. Yeah, she gave up on that one. She's like, and I'm moving on. Is this pattern available a little smaller? It's not right now. I don't think. I suppose you could just like reduce it, maybe? I don't know. When other people make mistakes, they're off camera to fix it. Yeah, and there's value in not seeing the mistakes, I guess, right? So you could just get to it, fast forward, and do it right. So I think there's value in both things. All right. Here we go. We're gonna top stitch. You know, look really good, guys. A double stitch. But I will control myself since I know this is a long or a detailed bag. I will double stitch in my own time on another bag. Okay. Cool. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew right sides together. I've got my Velcro piece here. And I just need to make sure my Velcro is oriented the right way. Because we want, at the end of the day, we want it to match up with the other Velcro. So the Velcro is gonna be towards the bottom, all right? And then you're going, both are gonna be right side up on your table, okay? Bye, Christine. Okay, and then you're going to go all the way around at just 1/8 of an inch. Okay, you're gonna baste it, and then we're gonna turn it out, and we're gonna do a bigger seam, and so it's a French seam, so it hides one and the other. Okay, let me just clip this though. I don't want it to slip. Let's do a little clipping. Bye, Sue. Yeah, come back and see the ending at least, right? I mean, I don't know how much longer it'll take, but I feel like, knock on wood, I feel like the most complicated parts are done. The interior is actually quite simple. It's probably the most complicated part of it. You make this bag seem much more doable. Yeah, I think the bag is just intimidating to look at. Not necessarily intimidating to sew. Having said that, you all know I have made mistakes. So it's okay. All right. So when I sewed my zipper, the front piece, my seam allowance must be slightly off because the back is a little bit longer. So it's no big deal. I'm just going to sew it from the back so I catch both layers. So I'm just going to baste around the whole thing, and then I'm going to turn it out the zipper hole. Okay. I haven't started sewing yet. My husband is putting my machine together now. You know what? Just delve in and start, Linda. You can do it. I don't know how long the learning curve is. It kind of depends if you've ever sewn before and how patient you are, but I honestly feel like anybody can do this. It's fraying at the edges here. Whee! Doesn't like my clips. Go all the way around, all 4 sides. I think I did that wrong. All right. All right. I looked at the picture. I need to turn one of the layers. I need to go right sides together. Speaking of mistakes, it's okay. We'll talk for a minute. I've been sewing a long time and I learn something new every day. Yes, Molly, that is so true. You've watched 100% of videos? Well, then you're going to be fine. Karen, no. You know, I glanced at the picture while I was talking and I thought that it was both layers right side up, which makes no sense because you're going to pull it through, but that's okay. That's okay. We just need to turn this around. Hi, Catherine. Just started to watch while I am sewing in my new motorhome seats. Ooh. I always thought that'd be fun to be on a road trip and sewing and playing instruments and eating snacks. It's like the trifecta, right? Music, sewing, and snacks. Sign me up. Once again, some of these mistakes are just because I'm going fast and looking at the comments and not paying attention. And some are because I truly didn't understand what it was saying at first, and it took me a second. For me, not all patterns are created equal as far as the way they're written. And so it uses different parts of my brain. There's some designers who I feel dummy things down for me. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I get that.
Closing the door, Gabriella comes in. I'll just if he comes in. He's chilling in the sun. Thank you.
Look, I'm ripping more seams out, Carrie.
That's because you're amazing. You want to make sure everybody understands.
I hope Saya doesn't watch this video. She'd be like, seriously?
It makes for good TV.
Does it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
It's fine, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Hi, Donna. Donna, I miss you. Just last year, we were visiting you. And thank you. It's been fun to learn, and like things that used to intimidate me don't. Though obviously I still make some silly mistakes, but that's okay. I used to be so frustrated if I had to rip something out. Like I felt devastated by it. And I was like, oh, okay. 2 minutes later, it's totally fixed. It's fine. And I know I'm holding my seam ripper weird, but my hands kind of hurt. It must be a storm a brewing. All right. Hi, Hazel. My grandson plays the clarinet and both grandmas are learning guitar. Hey, that's awesome. Guitar is one that I have never really spent much time on. My fingers hate it, but I've been doing the ukulele because my daughter made me one, so I started learning that, and that's a lot of fun. I know it's nowhere the same, but it is fun. All right, let me get rid of some rogue threads here. Who still want to party? Sorry, party's over, guys. Party is over. Right sides to right sides, which makes way more sense if we're going to turn it. All right, let's try that again. Do you have a favorite instrument? I do have a favorite instrument. My favorite instrument is the French horn and the piano. I would say that they are really like I love to play them both. A day that I don't sit down and play one of those is a sad day in my life. And if I go to bed realizing I didn't play anything that day, I feel like, oh, dang it, why didn't I do that? Got to make time for that every day. All right, one more time. I'm just gonna put the top part. I can see the rest of it just fine. Your son played the trumpet in school. After he graduated, he stopped playing. Yeah, that happens. Maybe one of these days he'll pick it up again in like a community group or something. Community groups are great for that. People later in their life decide they want to kind of go back to that skill that they developed, and it's kind of fun. Okay, so the concept of this is that we are going to turn it and then sew it at a bigger seam allowance to catch this raw edge inside of it. So in order to really do that, I'm going to trim this little piece that's a little bit longer. I'm just going to trim that off. Natalie says, I stopped playing after graduation, but then 20 years later, I went back and played in my school alumni band. That's so cool. When you forget you didn't play an instrument that day, do you get up out of bed and play? Every once in a while, but usually people are sleeping and I try to be considerate. I say usually, because every once in a while I'm just like, you know what, they can deal with it. Luckily, our daughter sleeps downstairs and the piano is upstairs on the opposite side of the house. So it doesn't seem to bother her too much when I do the piano. The French horn, though, that's a different story. You can hear that from everywhere. I have people say that they are walking by and they can hear me playing. All right. So we did that, of course, the long way, but that's okay. So now we're going to unzip, which you could do before. Turn this out. Oh, look. When I turned it, part of it got missed. So we're just going to do this real quick. My granddaughter played the cello in high school. Oh, I love the cello. Love, love, love. Oh, it just sits in her bedroom now. You never know. People do come back to it later in life. Not all is lost. Okay, we're going to turn this out. Hi, April. I might have done the Velcro on the wrong side. Velcro might need to have been at the bottom. Yeah, it was supposed to be at the bottom. That's okay. Let's add some Velcro at the bottom. You know, that first time when I was putting it together, when I put it together wrong, I looked to see which side the Velcro was going on. But then when I went back to fix it, I didn't look. I just charged ahead and I flipped my piece over. So I could unstitch that Velcro later, but I can add some Velcro on now. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Hi, Janice. Oh, Kathy, you used to play taps at different things? That's really cool. That's very special. Really cool. All right. We're going to add Velcro on the bottom. I'll take this one off later. And then we're going to put a zipper on the garment bag in just a minute. Caught me live. I think I can get in there and not sew the pocket, actually. I think I can do it. Okay. Sew these on real quick. And then we're going to do a little top stitching. I'm not going to worry about changing out my thread for this one because you snooze, you lose. Pink thread it is. The Pink Threading Club. I'm going to sew my Velcro on so it will be right. Do, 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 do. All right. There's one side. I don't love it with the pink thread, but beggars can't be choosers. Susan, she's actually not anymore. She's actually in Colorado now. She is moving on to another trade. So to be continued on that update. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now we've got our Velcro on the bottom where it belongs. I'll come back later and unstitch the other one. I can get to that later. Now, when you top stitch this one, this is where we're doing a French seam and we're catching the raw end in our top stitching. So we're going across the bottom and the two sides only. We're not going to be top stitching the top. Now, why is that? I don't know, because the pattern says. And we will trust the process. Here we go. Ah. So we're top stitching with a bigger seam, okay? Not your normal 1/8. I'm at 1/4, so I can catch my 1/8 seam on the inside of it, and there'll be no raw edges on the inside of this pocket, which is a really clever way to not really have to line it, right? Clever. And you don't have to bind it either. Oh, I know why we don't do the top, because the top is where we attach it. Yep, yep, yep. All right. There's our pocket. Doop. Yes, the pocket gets sewed on a bigger seam. Cool. Okay, so now we need a big piece of tape with a turned corner, with turned 90 degrees, which I did. And I'm going to go ahead and put some double-sided tape on this. And this is where we're going to attach to the garment bag. We're getting ready to do the garment bag, and then we lay it all together and sew it together. I love French seams. Yeah, you know what? I'm wondering if there's more times that we could use them. To think about that. Yeah, it is nice to have her closer. Hi, Susan. Just sat in my garden enjoying the evening sunshine in the UK and watching you sew. That is a big bag. You know what? It is a huge bag. And I'm so excited to see the ending here. I'm on pins and needles. Literally, because I think I've dropped open scissors down there. But the show must go on. The duffel is intimidating for you. It was for me too. But it's just one step at a time, right? Started off by making a zipper pocket, a slip pocket, putting handles on, attaching to the base. Nothing that's like crazy. And the way this garment bag goes together, I think you're going to really like it.
Which doesn't make sense to me, but
Okay. So let me grab what I need for this, and I'm going to open up my pattern. Now, the measurement that I did for this Velcro, I measured from the inside where the zipper's going to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm on the correct side. All right. My measurement came from this side. So this is where I want the zipper. I want my 90-degree turn at the top. Okay. This is me checking and making sure. Yep. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm doing random different colors of zipper tape because I didn't have. I will put the zipper pull on after this step. Okay. I didn't have all enough. It's a lot of zipper tape, and I didn't have all one color. So I thought, okay, I'll just do a bunch of different colors because the exterior to this bag has a bunch of different colors on it. So I thought, why not? Okay. We're going to do these two sides first with lining, and then we'll put the zipper on it. Good question. What's the yardage of this bag? Here, I can read you what it says. I seriously had to use lots of different things. Not because I thought, ooh, this will look good. It's because I'm like, well, I don't have enough of that or that. So for the lining fabric, less than 2 yards, it says. For the exterior fabric, you need 15 by 30. Zipper tape, tons. I'd have to add them all up. So it's not so much that, you know, there's tons, but they're big cuts. And so I didn't necessarily have enough of one material to do that many big cuts, right? There's like little random things left over. Look, my zipper tape or my 90-degree turn is past the end. So I'm actually going to bring it down. I'm going to bring the whole thing down and I'm going to start up here. And then I'll just make sure the other one's the same. All right, let me go back to this. Oh, you know what? It actually tells you a measurement. Place it 3/8 down from the top. Even better. No guessing required. Okay, cool. So we're going to put this face down, and then I'm going to grab my lining piece that matches it. I'm going to put it face down. I'm going to sew these together down the top and the side. And the top is going to be the portion with the Velcro. Okay, so I'm going to grab a lining piece that I'm just using some water resistant canvas from Wonderground. All right, and I'm going to put a few clips in it, and we're going to sew across the top and the long side where the zipper is anyways, not the other two side. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very colorful bag. Once again, I just, you know, I didn't have enough zipper tape or zippers or fabric that would all be the same. But I figured, oh well. Oh, hi, Kathleen. How are you? Yes, my name is Susan, the sister. I don't want someone to get on here and be like, oh, it's Kasaya's sewing. Wah, wah. Thanks, Janice. I'm excited too. Yeah, this makes the Rickroll look small, doesn't it? Susan's Technicolor duffel bag. All right. Across the top. And the zipper side. I'm just checking my seam allowance real quick. Make sure I've got it right. Boom. And now we know we want to make sure we catch the 90-degree turn in our thread. If you don't know, then rewind the video. So just the top and the zipper side. And we are making a garment bag that lays on the inside of the duffel. Okay. I do have a little bit of extra zipper tape at the bottom, so I'm just going to trim it and burn, baby, burn. Okay, before I turn it and top stitch it, I'm just going to grab my other one and do the same thing. Okay, so you're going to find your side with the Velcro, and that is where your zipper is going to go. Ooh, sewing quilt blocks, awesome. The duffel bag will be amazing. I didn't have enough cream lining, so I used what they could. Yep. Use what you can. I don't know why things have to be perfectly the same. They don't. All right, I'm going to go down the same amount I did on the other one with my 90-degree side. My Velcro is up, and the measurement for my Velcro was from this end to here, so that's where I know where to put my zipper. That, my friends, is the secret to life. Okay, now let me turn it where I can see it better. And I did put tape on it just to keep this zipper tape down, and then we'll go ahead and clip that lining and we'll sew across the top and the long zipper side. All right, boom. Now we're going to grab our other lining. We're going to clip across the top, zipper side, and then sew it. All right. After we sew this, we're going to turn them both and top stitch and baste around all four sides. And put a zipper pull on. How big is the duffel? It says what the ending dimensions are. I'll look it up for you. It's pretty big. All right. This part right here is the garment bag portion that goes inside the duffel.
Jessica on them.
You can show them though if you want.
I've already walked through this.
Okay. All right. A little bit of trimming. I'm going to burn that zipper edge that I just trimmed, and then we're going to turn this. That's awesome, Cindy. Okay. All right, we're going to top stitch and baste around the whole shebang. All right. I'm going to start on the zipper side and just kind of pull it as I go. Okay, now I'm top stitching the top part, and then we're just going to baste the other two edges. Okay. Now for basting. Just kind of smooth the material, make sure it's not shifting. Or you could clip or tape if you wanted to. It lays pretty nice, actually. All right, there's one half of the garment bag panel with a Velcro on top. All right. Yes, that is only half, you guys. Now let's grab our other half. We've already sewn it. Now we have to turn it and top stitch and baste. Just gonna trim some corners here. Good job, Cindy. All right. Wait until you see the lining piece that it sits on. Okay, here we go. Top stitch and base. I'm going to put the zipper pull on the next step. All right. Face these two. Thanks, Minzy. I didn't have enough of one color to do it all, so mix and match it is. I will definitely need to check my bobbin before we do top stitching at the end. I'm doing the birth bag version for the Taylor Convertible. There is a binding version too, and in the binding version there are it's the shoe compartment, but not in this version. All right. All right, let's put a zipper pull on. Bless you. Maybe I'll do that one. Okay. How long did it take to cut all the pieces? I don't, it took a hot second. I don't know exactly, but yeah, it was not, it intimidated me. And I thought, what have I done? Because now that I've cut it, I'm in it to win it. I think it uses like 9 zipper pulls. I don't know how many cuts of zipper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 different cuts of zipper tape. but I think it's going to be worth it. Especially if I could get the zipper pull on, right? There we go. Okay, there is the top part of the garment bag, okay? Now we're gonna scoot this up a little bit. We're gonna grab this little piece, and this is gonna go across the bottom. And I'm just gonna baste it on the bottom. Right side to right side. This is just a really thin thing of water resistant canvas. Yeah, maybe the Johnny B will not be a big deal, right? Huh. This looks like it is not quite. So probably my seam allowance on my zipper tape wasn't perfect. And so this isn't perfect, but it's going to get caught in the sides. It won't matter. It'll get covered. So just center it the best you can. And then base the bottom. Base the base. I know it didn't come off the top because the 90-degree, I made sure that tooth was in there. Oh, the things we learn. Okay. This is the part where you sew across the zipper tape, so you have to make sure your zipper's on there. Okay. Now, get ready for this. Now, you take this big, just a minute, I gotta get stuff out of my way. Here is the lining piece. All right. And it's lining side up. And you're going to match the bottom edge of the top of your garment bag to the bottom edge of this lining piece right here. When is Gabriella going to Colorado? We are heading out tomorrow, both of us. She's going to go make dragons with her cousins and do other things. Okay, so we're just matching it up once again to the bottom. All right. And then I'm going to sew across this edge one more time. You could, I suppose we could have done it all in one, but we're going to sew across this edge here to base the lining to the top of the garment bag. Okay. Yes, I do remember when I had 6 floors. Listen, I thought it was plenty. I thought, who would possibly need more than that? That's ridiculous. Okay, we're just basting the top part to the lining part. Both pieces are face up right now on the table. Okay. Make sure I caught it all. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Next, you're gonna grab that pocket that we made that has the Velcro on it. I'm not sure if I'll take this color out all night. I guess we'll see. Because this is so big, I think I'm gonna do some, clipping here. Because I need to come up to the top and do something, but the whole thing is just slipping because it's huge. It's easier to see it from the back. All right, I'm just clipping up the sides real quick. You would take it just to show Saya? Yeah, I don't think she cares. She'd be like, oh, that's nice. Got other things to do, Susan. I'm the one who loves duffels. We won't tell her how many mistakes I made, right? No. All right, so once you kind of have these clipped, we're going to come up and work with the top for a minute. Okay, so this is what the top part looks like. Okay. Just want to measure something because it looks like it's too big on the top. Yeah, it is too big on the top. I'm going to sew this all together and then I'm going to cut a little bit off the top. Okay. So now we're going to grab our handy dandy pocket we made. Okay, and it's this top flat part. I'm going to go ahead and do the Velcro like this. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to mark. Let me get this over here. We're going to leave a space in the center of this. All right. We're going to leave 2 inches in the center. So we're going to grab a ruler. I'm going to mark my center. Boom. And then I'm going to leave myself space. That's for the hanger, right? The hanger part. We don't want to sew from here to here. So don't stitch that part. All right. You bought a table that is much bigger. Oh yeah, see, that's nice. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to sew across the top of this pocket, except for that space that I just marked. That part we will not touch. I'm double stitch it real good since so the hanger can come up there and you don't have to worry about it coming apart. Okay, And now I'm going to come to my next marking and sew to the edge. So I'm going to drop in right here. And come off to the edge. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to we're going to baste up our sides here. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna shift it just a minute. I'm gonna shift it. Now I know why it's off just a little bit. I'm getting so excited for this ending one, but I'm gonna shift this down so I can open that bottom flap. Now that makes sense. So close, so close. I just want to do something here. So I'm going to open up this bottom flap and line that with the bottom, and then I won't have the excess at the top. That's why I had excess at the top, because you have to open this bottom flap. I'll show you what I mean by it. I'm sitting here thinking, how could that measurement be off? Because I cut it to the right size. But I see now. Okay. Oh, that makes me happy. That means it's going to fit just right. Okay. So let's get rid of that real quick. So this flap that we did at the very, very bottom, this one here, we're going to open it and attach it open. To the bottom of the teal lining that I have. And then the measurement on the top is going to be just right. Were you wondering about the bottom flap? Yeah, I thought, well, that's weird. So I need to just turn it down and match it that way. It is, Carol. It is satisfying because I was sitting here while I was sewing that part thinking, now why would that be like 2 whole inches off? So after you baste on this bottom strip, you turn it down, then baste it onto the lining, which moves everything up a couple inches. Once again, I'm sure the pattern says that. But for whatever reason, I missed. There's a sentence that says flatten suit compartment base to main lining. I see it now. So that will lengthen it. So close, guys, but so far away. Thank goodness we did this in 2 videos. Okay. I'm just glad I wasn't actually off by 2 inches. That makes me happy. Oops, I just threw clips away. Have you guys ever done that? I'll come back for you guys. All right. So really quick, I'm just going to re-sew this guy on at a slightly bigger seam allowance. Then turn it down. Then do the main lining. Okay, and then we don't top stitch yet. It's gonna have us do that in a minute. So we fold this down and flatten it. And get my seam roller and flatten that. And that accounts for the space that I was off at the top. Okay, so lining right side up, top right side up, and bottom flat down. And matched up with the bottom of that teal, that mint lining that I'm using. Yes, now we based it. The world is making so much sense all of a sudden. And it does call for us to come back and top stitch this on the next step. Okay. Now we're going to turn and come up this side, baste these layers together. I'm just kind of with my hands flattening things out here. And then we'll do that top one. Yay. You've tossed yours in the trash too. Me too. Just now. Okay, guys, we're not stitching the top, just the sides, okay? Back. Looks like my bottom part, this top garment part is a little bit wider than the bottom lining. Like I said, probably because my zipper seam allowance is a little off. So I'm just going to come in with a bigger seam allowance here. Am I getting it? Yeah, now we got it. Cool. Okay, we're going to top stitch this part and then go up the other side. I think what this strip does is it keeps the zipper out of the last seam allowance is what it does. I don't know. You know, it just moves that zipper up. So now we're top stitching across this here. Okay. And up the other side. It's looking like a garment bag. Okay, now we're going to base this side up. Good question. I need to check my bobbin soon, don't I? Definitely going to need a new one. It's a lot of sewing. All right. So much better. Okay, cool. So now those layers are together. And now we're back to this part. Check this measurement. It's way closer. Way closer. Okay. Okay, like I said, you're going to put the Velcro on. Okay. We've got our marks here and I don't see my other one. I'm going to make new markings just to be safe of where not to sew on the top. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Ooh. Huh. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm on my, I've used like not quite 3. This one, I bet, is almost done. I'm tempting fate, and I'm trying to finish this step before I switch it up. Good double stitches on the corner since the hangers are going to go in and out of that spot. And now I drop in on the other side. Okay, so this covers that. Wow. Okay, bobbin. Do that. See where I'm at. Oh yeah. I definitely need a new bobbin. There was only a little bit left on that one. And I don't think I have any more. I thought 3 would be plenty. But one of them wasn't full. And the other one, I probably could have gone a little bit more. Okay. This is it. We're putting the 2 layers together, turning and top stitching. I do use the same weight. I'm using 70 on both the top and the bottom. That piece is not quite taller than me, but it's a big one. I'll move the camera back at the end so you can see the whole bag. All right. Here we go. To rethread this, we're going to put our lining right sides together with our exterior. We're going to leave a big massive hole at the bottom of the lining. And then we're going to turn it out through that. We're going to tuck that little edge in and we're going to top stitch the whole thing. And that's it. That's all she wrote. I learned a lot on this bag actually. Which is always good. All right. This part, we might want to come out so you can see. So the first thing I have to do is I have to lay, this is going to be interesting. We have to unzip, here's our exterior. Unzip it. Because the whole point is that it goes flat, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that this other 90-degree turn on the top part is totally caught in the thread. Now that we've learned some things. Just to be safe. Okay, so we've got this unzipped. Yeah, that's a good idea, Marie. I should do that. Okay, I need to fold in the edges like this. Now, if you have a front and a back, then it matters where things lie. So this is my front. Does it matter? I think I want my top towards the front. Okay. So I'm putting this right side down on top of this bad boy. And I need to figure out which side. This is my side that I did the turning or the bigger seam. So this is going to be my turn side. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to make some markings in a minute. I think I'm just going to actually find the center of this fat first. I think that might be easier. Oof, big Bertha. Yeah, good thought. I do need to make sure my zipper pulls are out of the way. All right. Gee whiz. All right. I keep saying all right because I think I'm trying to talk myself into not being nervous. It's like we've come this far. Don't mess it up now. Okay. This is my center. I know how big I want my turning hole to be. So I think I'm going to measure and mark it right now. Okay. So I know not to sew in that part. Okay, now I'm going to clip it. Got that marked. I know where to turn it. So this part I'm going to clip, but I'm not going to sew it together yet. So we'll go out to here. Yeah, I mean, knock on wood, I feel like this part, we can do this. We're just sewing around this bad boy. What's my seam allowance, I wonder? Ugh. Clips are flying. And remember to check my trash when we're done. Let me clip my other side. And this side, we're going to sew down the whole thing. Okay, I need to find my seam allowance here. Okay. I see it. Sorry, I know it's not on camera. I'm here, I'm here. I'm just quiet. You might think I'm paused because I'm quiet, and you might not be able to see me moving. Oh, does it say the live video ended? Huh. I hope not. All right. Starting to get excited.
I just did say, honestly, I don't know what's happening on the large grid side or even on the small business side.
My handle's in there. All right. I might go down the side and then clip. Well, maybe I should just finish clipping. Janice, what are you saying? Doing great. And I actually think I'll buy this pattern and make it. Hey, if anyone buys a pattern, that designer's gonna be like, where are people buying this pattern all of a sudden? Hopefully. I regret nothing. Once again, if you didn't hear me say it, when I cut this out, I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? But now that we're here, I regret nothing as things fall off the table. All right, one more side to clip. And lots of zippers in this thing. So as you go around the edges, just kind of use your fingers and make sure. All right, take a sip of water. Okay, I'm not actually sure how long it took me. I did it in a couple, like I cut it and then I went and did something else and I came back. So I really don't know. It actually wasn't crazy. It's just that some of the pieces are big. I know I've had bags of more pieces than this. It's not that it's a lot of pieces, but the scope of everything is just big. All right. I do need to remember which side I am. Oh, it's this other side. Maybe I'll start there then. I'm gonna start here at the turning hole. And it is along a zipper. So just be aware of where you are. I'm just gonna make sure my fingers go ahead and make sure there's nothing in the way here. Right? Now when I turn, I'm coming right across a 90-degree zipper. So just make sure you have a little speed going into that. And I can feel the zipper pull here. This is the separating zipper, and so that one's not attached to both sides. This is the one where I hope I've done it right. I've never used that kind of zipper before. I need to check something really quick. Okay. I just got it from Amazon because Saturday I was prepping stuff for this video and I was reading the directions again and watching the video and trying to understand. Because at first glance, I just thought it meant regular zipper tape and I had already cut it and I was like, oh yeah, I got it. And then I realized it needed to be the kind like with a jacket to where it completely comes apart and the zipper is attached to one side and you can put it on and off. So I just hurried one on Amazon and I searched separating zipper tape and there's these big 40-inch cuts. I just bought a pack of them and just all sorts of colors. And so that's what I'm using on the top of it. And I hope I did it right. I hope I installed it right because you have to turn part of it and cut part of it off. And I tried to look at the picture and look at the video, but I was really guessing. So this duffel bag may or may not zip closed. We'll find out. Phew. I made a cover for our 5-burner barbecue and had to roll the waterproof canvas out on the patio and measure with a yardstick. That's awesome. There it is. My layers are wanting to pull apart here. All right, we're about 3/4 of the way around. Or maybe half, I can't tell. Okay. All right, give me just a minute here. Get some of this out of my way. We're coming, we're coming. We're coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Finishing my top portion here. And then we're just going to sew around the side until our turn hole starts. And then it's turn and burn time, y'all. Phew. Okay. The hard part is when it's so big and heavy, it wants to pull. So you just have to kind of keep holding it so the layers don't pull apart. Where's my marking? There it is. Okay. See where my turn hole is. Hope I left a big enough hole, huh? Maybe I should have cheated and gone bigger. We're about to find out if it's big enough. Okay. Shall we? Oh yeah, that's huge. That's gonna be easy. Trick is to get everything. Sure. I can take you if you want to go. You want to go?
I don't know. I'll talk to you about it after.
Okay. I have one more step. Okay. Yep, came just in time. This is the ending. Dun dun dun. I'm just hoping I didn't catch anything weird. Oh my gosh. I just knocked my trash over. It's awesome. Oh, I missed. No, that's the turn part. I'm like, I missed a part. Nope. Oh. Okay. Let me just pull all of it out here. Oh, you guys. I think we did it. I think We did it. I could just zip it up in the video and top stitch later, or I could top stitch. So do you guys want me just to zip it up and call it a day? Or do you want me to top stitch? I guess either way we can zip it up and look at it. Top stitch. Oh my gosh. Top stitch it now. Okay, I'll top stitch it now. I won't zip it all up then, because I'm curious. I want to make sure I did that other zipper part right. You know what I did is I caught the end. No, that's right. I think it's right. Okay, let's just top stitch it. Just do it. All right, so we just need to go to the part where we turned it and put some tape on it. Make sure it stays. Wow. Can't believe we did this. You guys helped me. Thank you. When I saw this pattern come out, I was like, oh, I want that pattern. But it was a little scary. I'm going to cut some of the Peltex away right here, just so it's easier to fold. And so we don't need it right there. Okay. Thanks, guys. I didn't do it. You guys helped me. I just made such a bunch of little learning, I'm going to call them learning moments. And we figured our way out of them. Hopefully, the only thing I don't know is if I did that separating zipper right. I won't know until I top stitch and attempt to close the zipper for the first time, if it's right. But you know what? That's just good TV. That's suspense right there. Am I right? Turns out I could have made that turning hole significantly smaller. But that's okay. Top stitching is always scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually worry too much about it. I'm just gonna do it. At this point, it's just all one big art piece, right? Put some thread here, put a zipper there. We'll do yellow here, pink there. Oh, I didn't catch some of it. Double stitch. Not that I always feel that way. Sometimes I overcomplicate things and have to make it perfect, but I think I'm just gonna. Okay. I hope I catch all this. Just gonna try to smash that a little bit. Stay down, you cute little thing. You cutie patootie. It's the final countdown in the morning. Leaving together. This is it. Oh wait, I have a thing for that. Just a second. That's it. That's it. That's what we need. Oh, I'm not watching it on YouTube. I haven't seen the points board. I missed out. Who's in first right now? I have to know. It's going to be one of my goals. Okay. I'm starting on this side because this is where the turning hole was. And I just want to make sure I get that first. Billy, not sure if you could do it yet. Yeah, you can. You could do it. Honestly, anyone could do this. It's just big pieces. No weird methods, really. Cutting that zipper in half made me feel a little crazy, but it worked. If you make it, I wouldn't necessarily sew along with my video because then you'll make all the same mistakes. So maybe watch it, go forward, then go back and do it. Just saying. All right, I'm at the part where I've got to just make sure that that seam is caught under there. So I'm going to peek quite a few times. Make sure all my zipper pulls are out of the way. Oops, I felt it slip. I could feel all of a sudden the seam slipped out from underneath it. I'm going to, once again, this is where I'm folded. Aha, yep. Didn't catch it. Okay, let me think about this. How can I catch that better? The whole thing yanked out from underneath my hands. So if I want to catch it, it is further. I have an idea. Okay, let me pull this thread through really quick and tie it on the back. I'm going to drop back in and finish this side, and then I'm going to come back and do a double stitching just along the base, a little further in, and that should catch the turning hole. In theory. Like watching Pollyanna. Oh, I don't fall out of a tree at the end. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to finish that top stitching at the same distance I was, and then just on the base, I'm going to come back and do a second row further in, and it will catch the rest of it. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to try to drop in right where I pulled the thread through. Boop. Okay, here we go. Got it. Did you want me to take you? Or you're not sure?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'll come back in at the very end and just do a double stitch right there. And that should catch the rest of it. I'll just do it on both sides. It'll be such a beautiful design. As far as top stitching goes, besides that folded under part, it's easy because the bag is folded open. So it really doesn't feel like top stitching. It just feels like sewing. You know what I mean? As far as like usually when you're finishing a bag. Ooh, that's a big bump. I need a hump jumper. It worked. Okay. Rounding our first corner. That part's not perfect, but I didn't totally fall off. It just kind of went really close. Just so heavy. Yes, I will double stitch both sides so they're matchy-matchy. And it just has to be along the base. The rest of it's totally fine. Okay, rounding the next corner. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. She hopes that her zipper is done. And that you did it right, so the end is good. If not, that's so sad, but that's okay. Dun, 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 dun. What was that? Huh. Woo! She big. Sophisticated Crafts has a coupon calendar on the size, a coupon on the Satisfy calendar. Oh my word, they do. That's so funny. Well, that worked out great. You got the calendar, buy this at a discount. Because this is not a cheap pattern. But, I mean, I can see why. There's a lot to it. As far as patterns go. More than halfway there. And we'll do a little double stitch along the base at the very end. See, that base side was easy. Just kind of pulling it with my fingers as I go. Try to get the seam as flat as I can. And because there's so much bag, I don't want something getting caught underneath it. All right, round in another corner. This is my last side, and then we'll do our double. And then we will see if it all zips together. We'll hold our tongues just right. Okay, let me pull this one through here. It's all about that base. Super chat. I don't know any of these things. And I'm watching it on StreamYard, so I'm not seeing the same things you guys are. Okay. Now, if the universe loves us, then if I drop in and go next to this stitchy, then I should catch it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hey, are you guys thinking good thoughts? Because here it comes. I don't know that I caught it. It's okay. And I'm gonna pull those guys through. Oh. I mostly got it. All right, let me double stitch the other side. We'll zip it up. And then if I have to come back and do a triple, well, there's nothing wrong with the triple stitch. Yes, if you can hit like and subscribe, that does help a lot. YouTube does all sorts of things, right? Algorithms, and if you get a certain amount, it'll kick it out to other people so you can get new people. I know Kasai's been frustrated lately because she has been so busy with the other side of her business that she hasn't had time to do a lot of videos. Makes her very sad. Okay. Well, I caught it well enough. I might come back and put one more stitch if I have to, but the good news is it's never too late because you can just lay it flat again. Let's do a double stitch down this side to make it matchy match. And then it is time for truth. Truth or consequences. That's an actual name of a town in Arizona. Truth or consequences. No, actually, I'll double stitch. I'm going to pull it through. Okie dokie. Wow. This is huge. Carol. I want to say the 19th. Yeah, we're sewing in Bozeman on the 19th. This is it. This is it. In person, this is even cooler than the picture. It's wow. It's really clever how this comes together. All right. I need to see if I can do this part. This is the separating zipper part that I've never done, and I'm hoping I did it right. So technically, I should be able to put this in here. And join it together. Perfect. Look at this.
That's really cool.
Oh, there it is. This is it.
Beast, Susan. Look at
That
you.
is a big. Holy cow, there she is.
I love it.
And bum 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 beep bum bum beep bum beep. So this side is a zipper pocket on the outside. If you missed that part yesterday, This side is a slip pocket, but there's a zipper if you want to do a trolley sleeve and put it over your suitcase to carry it.
What?
Right? And then, of course, we've got our side pocket. We have our D-rings. You can do a shoulder strap, which I'll make later. And oh, what? You want to bring full hanging clothes? And you don't want to fold them.
Tell me more.
All you do is you just go zippity-doo-dah.
Okay.
Zippity A. And now you have a garment bag.
You are lying. You seriously mean that?
Garment bag. What? You want to bring a dress? Bring a dress.
What?
Do you want to bring fancy pants?
Bring them.
Bring fancy pants.
What if I have fancy shoes?
Then you do the other method, and there's an actual shoe compartment for it. There's 2 methods. The binding methods has shoe compartment. You guys
Learn about it.
it worked.
You want
Learned about it. It worked. Yes.
from
Although I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna come up there and eat.
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
go
leaving?
Maverick.
Oh heck yes.
You want a drink with a lime?
Yes, please.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. You guys, what do you think?
And I know you were nervous about it.
I was nervous about it because it's a big project. Turns out big projects and little projects sew up the same. So there it is, my friends. That's it. We did it. Thank you for all your help. I am amazed at this bag. So sophisticated craft designs. Great job on this design. You should be really proud of it. Oh my gosh, you guys, we did it. I can't believe it. Only 2 videos and 6 hours later. Is that a problem? No, not a problem. All right. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. And thanks for letting me do this for the first time on a live. That was fun. It was a learning experience. Once again, if you want to sew this, the designer also has a great video. If you want to see how to make mistakes and fix them, then I've got a great video for you. So thank you, everyone. You're so kind. I will show up. I will pop up in Colorado tomorrow. We are doing the Swag Dash, Colorado style. If you're in our Patreon, we'll probably do some live streaming to show you a little bit behind the scenes of what's happening there. And I don't know, maybe I'll take this bag with me, maybe I won't. I haven't decided, but maybe I will, just so I can like show up like this. I don't think Desai saw the video, so I'll just show up, be like, what, this? Oh, it's just a little something. All right, thanks guys, that was a lot of fun. I'm off to teach the people of the world music and have a little lunch. So I hope you guys had a great morning. Thanks for your support and watching, and I'll see you on the flippity flip. Bye now.